All right, and we're back. So, this part of the segment, we're going to go over 2 topics. I'm going to give it 10 minutes on each topic again. Quick fire, I'm just going to throw them out there. Then we're going to jump into what we told you guys before the kicks. We're going to find out what everybody's taste is, what they like, and we'll kind of see, who's got the best ones. But no, I'm just playing. But anyway, the first topic I wanted to go over, and I'm going to start the time whoever wants to start, jump into it, KD and social media. Let's go.
Okay, so I probably have the most different outlook on this. I like it. I like it. Let me tell you why I like it, because this is a guy that he wasn't being clearly he wasn't being himself before. He was just, trying to please everybody, and now he's being himself, man. And to me personally, I don't judge people for being themselves anymore. Not everybody's gonna be the same. Some people are gonna be, quick to react to things being said about them, and some people will dislike if you are saying their name all the time. And basketball players, it's the same thing, kind of going with the Draymond thing too. They don't get the right to retaliate sometimes. They don't get the right to, voice their opinion because of the position that they're in. So some of the stuff that Kevin Durant does is things that other players don't get to do because they're not as much of a superstar, and they don't get to do it because they're afraid of doing it. So I'm not mad at him, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm mad at him. I think it's crazy. I think he's jumping out the window too much. I think he doesn't understand his worth. He doesn't understand who he is. Like, KD, we understand. I think greatest scorer that we've ever seen in terms of what he does, his efficiency with the ball. When I see this guy do things like this, I just don't understand. Like, I don't get why you need to respond to Billy 654 in the middle of Idaho talking about your game last night. Like, I just don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me, because to me, like, at the end of the day, these kids have no influence on anything you're doing. You don't even know. You just want to respond. But, I was looking at it from what Shannon and Skip were talking about, and he was saying maybe he's using this for fuel. And it could be true. The Michael Rappaport thing, you're going to tell Michael Rappaport you're going to slap him. Like, I don't even understand why you're doing all that stuff. Like, Michael Rappaport's talking crap. We understand. We understand. But at the end of the day, like, you both are millionaires. You're not going to slap him. Like, we know what it is. Like, so, and you've already put it down for everybody to see that you're going to do it. So you're not actually going to do these. Like, I don't know. I think it's crazy, in my opinion.
I think he might actually slap him. I don't have an issue with it. I think he can go around. I think his content of the messages could be different, right? If you have an issue with somebody, I think he can voice it differently in the same forum, in the same text, but with different words. That's it. I really think that players should speak their mind, and I think if they have an issue with how they're being portrayed in the media, if they have an issue with the media, with the way they're being asked questions, Westbrook, the way he answers and says next question, doesn't answer to that one reporter, I see no issue with it. I just think that you should be in his position as somebody that millions of kids idolize. I think he should be more careful about the words that he uses. That's it.
Yeah, I think when we talk about KD, I think for the everyday basketball fan, he's considered a snake, right? He was one of the best players in the world. At the time was OKC. They lost that series. They should have won that. They're the better team. And what does he do? Skips to Golden State. So I'm not and all of the social media stuff kind of popped off, if I don't remember correctly. It all came off around there. And I think that maybe he was trying to fuel himself, giving himself, or he wanted to be portrayed a certain way. I'm not sure, but I think, to your point, I think if you are an idol or you have millions of people looking up to you, you have a responsibility. You are a role model, so the things you certainly should be doing differently. Having a burner account on Twitter is irresponsible, 100%. You've got 20 boys on your payroll at least, or whatever you need to do. Like, get them to handle that. You shouldn't be sliding into anyone's DMs and have any chance of any kind of reaction. And the media knows that it's a clickbait world, so stop it. He has a responsibility. Do better, but it could be fuel to the fire. I don't think we really understand Kevin Durant, the person, except for the close people.
He doesn't have kids, does he?
No.
I think that's another reason why he's still doing these things. He's not married, doesn't have kids.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything else to really, like, make him not jump out the window. You look at, like, LeBron, he has a family, children. He's not going to do stuff like this, This guy's sitting at home playing video games. He has nothing else to do. So maybe that's why. And again, Shannon and Skip made a point. Maybe he's using this to
Yeah.
get him upset, so when he gets ready to play, it gives him something. You know, we don't know.
That's great advice to everybody at home who's struggling with social media and being too addictive. Just have some kids.
Yeah.
Much better.
Put the phone down and have a kid.
Twice about two.
Yeah.
So, I think with KD on the ball court, we have no issues with him. Probably the most efficient scorer we've ever seen. All of that, right? But I think the problem is, the actions that he's doing, the things that he's doing, it's like shaping his character, and for us, in terms of his fans, his audience, or people that care to look beyond basketball, which these days, that's kind of what we tend to do. We understand the game so much, we're entertained by it, but now it's like, okay, we're looking beyond basketball. Storylines, we talk about it, we watch Shannon and Skip every day. There's a lot of storylines that are not about the sport that the athlete plays, but now it's about them. And, these things become more interesting. So with that being the context, now the things he's doing is like you're questioning his character. You just got slapped up by the squad. You're going to go run to the squad the next year. Okay, that's weird. Burner account, all of that. That's weird. Like, it's weird stuff. The idea you're going to invest so much energy into Twitter fingering or texting a dude who's also a celebrity, but like you really, I don't think it was just gimmicky and fuel him up. I think he was into it. I think he was emotionally invested. I think there was energy that went into it. He might have even, to your point, gone and slapped the guy if he had a chance. But to his detriment and to what he's showing people, there's no foresight to it. He's just responding and reacting. So I just think, unfortunately, what he's doing is shaping his off-the-court character. And I think when you're such a high-level, high-profile guy, there's an etiquette that comes with it, and you could choose to follow it or not. But then when you don't follow it, all this other stuff comes with it, which is what we're talking about now. All of a sudden he's on Twitter. He's not.
I think he's
following.
got too much time on his hands.
I'm not mad at him about it.
I'm not
like
mad.
I said,
You
not
don't
everybody.
have to be. It's just
not
like
everybody is going to react the same way to everything.
But
He's not LeBron. LeBron is a bigger and more famous person than he is, and at the end of the day, LeBron wants to respond to a lot of the stuff that is said about him too.
And why doesn't he?
He doesn't.
Why doesn't he? Though?
He doesn't.
But why not?
He does. I mean,
There's
everybody,
definitely
everybody handles things differently.
For sure, but we're
Everybody
talking
handles
about
things differently.
they're kind of in the same boat to some degree.
No,
like,
they are.
So it's like it's hard to
It's
set
like
a
1A,
standard.
1B for sure.
Yeah, so the standard kind of has to be the same. We know he doesn't have kids and he's not married and stuff, but like you're a star, you represent the league. It's just not okay, and unfortunately, LeBron knows that and acts accordingly. KD might just not realize that.
But I don't. Of course, he realizes it, but at the end of the day, it's like
He had to
how
apologize.
much
That's
are
why.
you going? Like, you got to be completely honest here. This is a guy that made a business decision, whichever way we want to look at it, right? You can say, oh, he's a snake for leaving his team, or he was a free agent. It's not like he asked for a trade or, you know what I'm saying, or stop playing and force his way out. He was a free agent. He had a choice to go to any team. He picked a team.
But
he did exactly what he is allowed to do.
Yeah.
Then he's being called all kinds of names that he knows for a fact he's not. He's
No,
not
but
a
you-
snake because he picked a team.
On the flip side, what if it wasn't a business decision? What if it was a personal one? What if it was based on his?
Either way,
Oh,
even
no,
if
but
it's for rings
That
or
takes
for winning.
that changes it a little bit. Because if we're going to talk about the decision now, forget the outcome, forget basketball. If it's about the decision and what led him to that decision, was it business or was it personal? That if it was business, that changes everything. But now if he's coming from a personal place, that changes everything too. Because now it's like he is a freaking whatever you want to call him. Sure he won championships, but now it's like
if I'm a free agent and I pick to go to a team, you don't have a right to call me a cupcake, and you're not in my shoes.
But you're soft.
no, but we
It's soft.
can't. No, we
This is
can.
my
But now it's
point.
about you. How you want to respond
So
to it.
I'm
We
not
can
allowed
call
to-
you whatever
so
we
I'm not
want.
allowed to say anything.
You're leading us to call you these
No,
things.
but the thing is,
It's
the
a
thing
casual
is, you gotta call it what it is. You hoopers, like actual hoopers, you're soft. You are. And the other day when he was in Philly, and the whole stadium
that was
doing
weird
it,
too. That
he
was-
got a little offended. He's
when
a
he-
soft
when he
guy.
went like this-
and like to your point, you're right. It's okay if that's how he's gonna be.
He's an emotional guy.
But just understand, when people continually come at you, you've now let them know you're soft.
Yeah.
So now everybody's gonna
You
continue
open that
to come at
Pandora's
you.
box, bro.
Right.
With your actions, with your Twitter account, with your decision.
And they know they can get a response out of you, which is the crazy thing.
It's tough.
That's
Yeah,
what they're
it's
looking
tough
for.
now. It's tough to defend his off the court actions and say, it aligns with how sick he is as a ball player, and like it all makes sense. It's tough to say that what he does makes sense.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not mad at him, man. Not everybody's gonna behave the same. I don't expect all these.
Okay, is he the
superstar-
only one that has ever done it or does it or did it?
I mean, Charles Barkley responded to every single. Are you talking about in history?
I just
You mean
think
recent memory?
in history, I just think KD's the only person to ever do what he did, and
Oh, it's a
that
good
literally
thing-
speaks on just
no,
him.
No. It's a good thing guys like Charles Barkley didn't have a
Social
Twitter
media.
account or
Yeah,
social media.
and I
back
agree
in
with
day.
that, but that just wasn't the case, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But now KD's literally the only
Yeah.
person that it's happened to. So now the
Yeah.
microscope is on him if we're going to talk about
Yeah.
that.
Stephen
That can't be
A.
true.
Stephen said the only
He
player.
can't be the only player.
Burner account?
No,
Well,
Stephen A. said the only
Burner
player.
accounts maybe.
Stephen said
that's what
But
we're.
responding
Stephen A. said the only player he was afraid of was Kobe. Because at any time he said anything about Kobe, if he was in LA or they were, crossing each other's paths, Kobe's gonna take him in the corner and be like, "Why are you saying those?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but
But I don't think KD
You
would
gotta-
do that.
you
That's the
gotta be-
difference.
you
KD
gotta
would
be
Twitter
honest.
finger his ass
you
off.
know what? You know what? As these videos start going up, and we're gonna see what people are saying about us, and we're gonna see how you respond.
I just
too,
no,
bro.
no,
We're gonna see how you
no, I
respond
can't
too,
wait.
bro.
I
That's a
can't.
good point.
Yo,
It's
but
a
that's a
fact,
great
man.
point because
It's a
guess what?
fact,
I was
man.
questioning Shannon for a while, and you know this in the WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
When KD got at him after for some reason KD just chose to go at Shannon, and a couple shows prior to that, Shannon said, "Yo, this is what I would do if in the event of and it happened. And
Yeah.
then Shannon did what he said he would do. Now, did he do it just because he said he would do it, or did he do it because he really wanted to? I don't know. But he blocked KD. He proceeded to block KD. The
Yeah.
next few shows, there was no KD talks, and that kind of bothered me. I was like, "Oh, that's weird. Like, talk about it. Like, you blocked him
I
already."
thought they were talking about next
I was
episode.
praying for it to
Yeah.
happen. It never happened for about 2 or 3 episodes. Then slowly they segued into the Durant topics, whatever. But my point is, I don't think, and the whack part is, I'm led to believe this through his actions. I don't think if he had an opportunity to do it face to face, that he would. That's how I feel
And
based
Kevin
on.
Durant?
Yeah, that's how I feel based on how he's acted.
I disagree. He's on every podcast right now. Anybody that calls into a podcast, he goes.
Yeah, but like.
and he doubles down on anything that he says.
No, what do you mean? The whole,
They don't really
the
ask
whole
him
Westbrook
those
thing, the whole Westbrook thing, that
They-
was a whack Durant moment.
They
That
don't
did
ask,
not look
they
good
don't-
on him.
They don't ask him certain questions.
He doubled back on what he said. Yo,
When they asked him who your
top 5
players,
teammates.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I was tripping." Bro, you better just keep that energy, stick with your list, and
I think
defend
he was
it.
trolling, to be honest.
Yeah.
with you. That-
Sure,
was
but
smiling.
even then, what
He
good
was-
is that?
he was
What
smiling.
does that speak on though? To be
He's like,
trolling,
Serge
what does that
Ibaka.
do for him? What does that
Yeah.
do for the Nets? What does that do for anybody to troll in that moment, being asked that
I think
question?
he likes it. But anyway.
That's what I said.
point.
That's
think
what
he
I
likes
said.
it.
my
I think-
point,
I think
but
he
he
likes
has
it.
right to though.
Yeah.
He
That's why
can, and that's my yo. I agree
He
with that
knows
point.
he's
He
gonna
has a
grab a
right
headline. He
to.
knows
He
he's
can
gonna
do
grab a
it, but
headline.
that's also why I'm
So
talking
I'm
my
not
shit.
gonna lie, you said that you have to be a role model. You don't have to be a role
Yeah,
model.
I know.
That's
But-
my opinion though.
Yeah, you
But-
That's my
but-
You
opinion.
choose to or you choose not to.
But I strongly believe, I do strongly believe he's
think
the
he-
soft person. I think he
I
can't
do too.
handle it.
I
And
do
I
too.
think he responds, like you said, for whatever reason, for his own personal response to feel good after. But I think realistically, there's headlines that said when he made that move to Golden State where he said to his agent, "You just made me fuck up my whole life." He said that. And I think from that moment, because so many people, as Darnell was saying, have been going crazy talking about him 24/7, he's not used to it. And now he's like, I'm going to lash back, I'm not going to deal with it. But what he's failing to realize, every time you respond, these kids at home go, all right, I know I could get a rise out of this guy and I could keep talking to him. You know what I mean? And then he responds. It's crazy.
You know
but
what it is? He
He
doesn't-
can do what he wants. You're right.
He
can do
doesn't,
what he wants.
and to your point,
doesn't
he can
have
do
to
what he
worry
wants,
about
but I don't think he values his platform like other superstars do.
But
To value your
everybody
platform and your
handles
brand.
it differently is what I'm saying. LeBron
Right.
doesn't have social media. I think LeBron only follows like, I don't know. Basically,
On
LeBron's not even listening. What he does is he just tunes it out. He pretends like it's not there.
For sure.
I can't tell you what's a better solution, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
So
Well,
do you-
LeBron also has probably a whole PR for.
I was just about to say, don't you think it would be okay? No,
I
do you
disagree.
think?
I disagree.
Do you think it would be?
Some of he's posting his own accolades.
Yeah,
I disagree.
Yeah.
I don't
I-
think his
no
PR
matter
team
what he has-
posts his
yo,
accolades.
Only
Kid
gets
from
seen by another
Akron.
person, but what he says.
Okay. Do you think
that
Durant?
goes
Do
through,
you
like,
think?
6 filters of people
Exactly.
before
So do you
anything
think
comes
Durant has that? The
No.
idea that
No.
he could post something and someone would call him
No.
right away. 2 seconds, yo, take that shit down. What's wrong with you?
I think LeBron
Do you think
has
he
that.
has-
I think LeBron.
LeBron-
has that.
but
I think
I'm asking,
LeBron
do you think
posts what he
KD has
wants,
that?
and then the PR team
Okay.
does something
I think
after.
Do you
four
think
people have
KD
LeBron's
has that?
password
No.
For everything. and
KD
they're
doesn't
like,
have
"No,
that."
This isn't going on.
By choice, KD
Uh,
doesn't have that.
Today's Tuesday. We can post the Taco Tuesday
Yeah,
content.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah.
I don't know, man. LeBron posts his own accolade. You think his team tells him to post your own accolade?
I think he's high on himself.
Well,
Yeah.
I think he just does it.
I think we can.
And they just like.
think
Nah, he
Yeah,
needs
but
the
so-
okay
I
for
think-
everything. He's a brand. He's affiliated with
He's
too
a-
much. He
I
needs
doubt
the
that.
okay
I doubt that.
before.
I think
Now it is
Instagram
personal
might be
so-
different.
now it's
Instagram
personal
might be
social media,
different.
I don't think so.
I wish they would ask Kevin Durant.
You
about
think when he
China.
posted accountability on the trial verdict, he didn't have to run that through by people?
No,
No, no,
he had
I
to-
think people call him after you saw the tweet he took down the other day.
Oh yeah, about your
He's like,
I
"You're
could-
next."
Yeah, you're next or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, I think ultimately though, like we could go on with KD
Yeah,
forever,
it's been
and we're
insane.
way over time with that
Yeah,
one. But
gave him
listen,
too much energy,
listen,
man.
what we want to
Yeah.
do is to Nell's point. If you have some comments, put them in. Let's hear what you got to say. Like to
can't
any
wait.
one of us,
Yeah, I
we're,
can't
we're ready
wait.
for the smoke. Like that's all we want, the engagement. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Yo, hey yo, wall to wall ball, ball above all.